So, this is me, Rasmus, reviewing the Valter Percussion box, the standard box. See if I can flip the camera around. However, so that's the box. So it's Valter Percussion that makes it. It's made in Sweden, I think. At least the company is Swedish, and I'm from Sweden as well, so it fits me perfectly. I think that the Cajon, it's definitely a great Cajon. And the thing I like about it is that it's fully maneuverable through this. The little nozzle that you get, the insektsnyckel in Swedish, I don't know what it is in English. This is how you adjust the snare. Wait a second. You see here, at the bottom, there are two of these little things, and you put this in one of those, and then you twist it in the direction you want to make the snare go different. So if you hear now, you still have the snare over here, but not here. Or slightly, but not nearly not at all. And then you can adjust it to have more snare. Here's the fun. Like this, and then you get more like to get more of a, like, I think it's more Cuban sound over it. So if you're not that familiar with, I'm not actually a percussionist, you might have noticed, but the thing about this is it's really easy to play. You hit over here to get the snare sound, and down here to get the bass sound, and over here to get the slap sound. And then you can adjust it into different levels of intensity of snare, and if you don't like snare at all, you can completely tension it so that you don't hear it at all. And the neat thing about this is that this insektsnyckel, this key that I'm using, this tool for adjustment, you just stick it right here, and then it sticks there. Really easy. You always know where you have it. And back here, you can adjust how much bass you want and how much of an intense, like if you're here now and now. I know that I don't have that much of a great microphone, so you can probably not hear that much, but either way it's really great, because if you don't want to disturb the neighbor that much, because they are neighbors and that sucks, but then you just put it down and the bass is gone, basically. There's still bass, of course, but it's not nearly the same as in the... Because this is a really great Cajon, because it produces a lot of bass. And it still has this... I can play it with my fingers easily, as you can see. Really responsive. It gives a lot of response when you tap it. And as you can see, there's a lot of these, and that makes it really sturdy, and you know that it won't flap like many of these do. So here in the back we have this system. I don't know if I can show you this because it's really hard to get the light in. This sucks. Wait, let's get into a better position. We'll see. I have this great here. That sucks. However, it is set up in two. There are two guitar strings in there. However, it is not that important. That runs along here. Along this side. And along this side. Or this, I don't know. And they are in pairs. And that's the other things that you tighten up with these screws. And as I said, I really like the sound of this one. Because it has a clean bass. It actually has when you have it in the right way, and when you adjust this into the right way. And of course, it's when there are different kinds of weather and different kinds of temperature, it definitely changes, and that's why it's so great that you so easily can maneuver it. And I love the look, I really do. It's just so plain and simple, basically no flaws. I like this little mark that you have there, like to prove it's actually Valter Percussion or something. And it's simple, it's easy, and I really like this one as well. Yeah, I don't think there's anything to point out. It has these pads over here, so you don't hurt the floor, and so you're a bit levitated over the floor so that you don't scratch it either. It's easy to sit on. I love playing it. I use it plenty of times, and the great things about this is that some of these Cajons have this very Cubanish sound, and I know that's a good thing. Though for my purpose, I use the Cajon as a more like Western drum. It's like, for me, I use it like a try at least to have it as a kind of a substitute for a drum set, at least when I play acoustically, because I love the sound of it. And the thing about this is that you get this real neat sound of bass, and you can get the snare. And this tap sound. And you can adjust it in any way, and if you want it more Cubanish, then you can just close this one. And you get this like really great, more like, my dog is mad at me, you can get this great sound of more like oriental sound. So I do recommend it for everyone who likes to buy a Cajon. I know that there is another version that's not the standard box, there's a basic box as well, a bit cheaper. I've played it at school, and I noticed that the bass is definitely not as clean as in this one, even though it has a neat sound as well. So I do suggest that you consider, if you don't have the money for this one, because this is I think it's 215 euro, and the basic box is about 150 euro, I think. And both works great. I think this one definitely works better because you can adjust it so easily, and it's more consistent anyway, every way. So that's the standard box. I recommend it to basically anyone who wants the sound, in any way. And it got a neat look, great responsive, and I think it's really, I've noticed nothing bad about it. I bought it from Thormans, and they handled it great. And the thing is, they have this, like, I forgot to tell you that, but they have this bath mat, they call it, or something. There is a small piece of fabric, in a special fabric, they say, that reduces the snare in the bass section, So I recommend it. Have a good one. More reviews are coming up, so stay tuned.